It's not always about the big things. It's not always about how much money you have in your bank account, how big your house is, how nice your car is. Sometimes it's about the things you do on a daily basis, because those are the things that will lead you to those big things. Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinity if you're new here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 micro habits that I am incorporating into my life in order to improve my quality of life and to really just feel better about myself, about life, just period. In case this is your first time hearing the term, a micro habit is a tiny everyday habit that leads to big results. I have talked about this plenty of times on my channel because I believe that it's really the small things that make big differences in your life. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed by our goals because we're looking at the big picture. We're looking at these super duper big goals that may cost us a whole lot of money. They may cost us a whole lot of time, a whole lot of energy, when really you can make a big difference in your life by just tweaking little small things, changing your everyday habits. This kind of goes along with this philosophy that I've been preaching for a while. I did not make this up, for the record. My first time hearing about it was on TikTok, but it's the be, do, have mentality. A lot of people have a have, do, be mentality where they feel like they have to have all these things, they have to have all this money in order to do all these things that would make them be the person that they have in mind. When really the key is to first become that person who you want to be, and then in turn you'll be able to do the things you want to do and have the things you want to have. This is why micro habits are so important. Micro habits help you to become that person you want to be. They help you to become the person who can do all the things you want to do and have all the things you want to have. The most successful people in the world know that small things matter. Small habits matter. It's not always about the big things. It's not always about how much money you have in your bank account, how big your house is, how nice your car is. Sometimes it's about the things you do on a daily basis, because those are the things that will lead you to those big things. Like I said, all the tips that I'm going to share with you are personal to me. They're things that I'm doing right now, but I felt the need to share them with y'all because why not? They can make anyone feel better about themselves. They can improve anyone's quality of life. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Number 1, wake up at the same time every day. This is actually something that I started today. My goal for this whole week is to wake up at 7 a.m. every single day. And I feel the need to do this because I don't really have that much structure in my day. It's kind of impossible for me because I'm a service provider. For those of you who don't know, I do lash extensions. And while I can control like the days that I'm off, the days that I work, I can't necessarily control the times that people decide to book. So my schedule is kind of all over the place. Like my book is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. But sometimes I'll have clients from maybe 10 to 1 o'clock, and then I won't have another one until like 4 o'clock. There are always random gaps in my day. There are days where I don't go to work until 12 o'clock because no one booked for the morning. There are days where I may only have 2 clients at the very end of the day. I think it's just the fact that my days are really unpredictable. Every work day does not look the same for me. And I recently realized that I can only really control my morning and my evening as far as like having consistent routines. I can't really plan anything during the day. So it will benefit me to wake up nice and early every day. I am not a morning person. Now, when I say I'm not a morning person, that doesn't mean that I'm one of those people who's like super cranky in the morning with a bad attitude. No, I'm actually in a good mood most mornings. But I do better at night. Like, I feel like my brain doesn't even start working until like 10 o'clock p.m. So I stay up pretty late. So it's really hard for me to wake up early. I will probably never be a 5 a.m. girly. I'll probably never be a 6 a.m. girly. I really don't want to be a 7 a.m. girly, but I kind of have no choice if I want to get things done. So I'm challenging myself to wake up at 7 a.m. every single day because I want to get the most out of my morning. And waking up a little early and giving myself more than 30 minutes to get Jax and myself dressed allows me to have a smooth morning, a slow morning. I don't have to rush. I'll actually have time to eat breakfast. I noticed that when I have a very chaotic morning, the rest of my day is quite chaotic. I want to get off to a good start every day, and that starts by waking up at 7 a.m. Whether I have to work or not, whether I'm going to the gym or not, I still want to wake up at 7 a.m. Number 2, eat breakfast every day. If you're not new here, then you know I struggle with eating 3 meals a day, and I know someone's probably listening thinking, girl, I wish I had that problem. But it's not as good as it sounds, trust me. Especially when you're trying to gain weight, I have to eat 3 meals a day. And I noticed that when I skip breakfast, my appetite is kind of shot for the rest rest of the day. When I actually eat breakfast, especially if it's a really good breakfast, I have a pretty good appetite for the rest of the day, which works out for my fitness goals, but also it allows me to have energy throughout the day. I'm trying to stop running off of fumes. Like, really think about it. We eat dinner around like 6, 7, maybe 8 p.m. if you like to eat dinner a little late. Then we go to bed for I don't know how many hours. You wake up the next morning, skip breakfast, don't eat until lunch. And if you're an active person, like whether you're going to the gym in the morning or going to work really early in the morning, tending to kids early in the morning, you don't need to be running off of fumes. You need actual energy. Now, I'm making it easy for myself to eat breakfast every morning. 1, by waking up a little bit earlier, like I told y'all. And 2, by purchasing things that are easy and convenient for me to eat in the morning. It's not realistic for me to think that I'm gonna get up every day and eat pancakes, eggs, sausage, or bacon. I just can't do that. Now, when I didn't have Jax, it was a whole lot easier for me to do all that, which is why it was easier for me to bulk and actually gain weight. But breakfast is definitely essential every day. Number 3, create daily to-do lists. You can either do this the night before or the morning of. I prefer to do it the night before, just so that I'm not scrambling the next day. It's so important to set intentions for your day, just so that you can stay focused and stay on track. I'm so easily distracted, and I also have had a hard time in the past with prioritizing properly. Creating to-do lists is not really something that's new to me. I've done it in the past, maybe not consistently, but it is something that I have done before. Now, I was not always good at prioritizing because I would sit down to create a to-do list and I would just write out a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to get done that day. And it wasn't realistic for me to get all of that stuff done in that one day. And not only that, but it also was not necessary for me to get all that stuff done in one day. This is why now I like to have like a week at a glance type of goals list. That way I can break stuff down daily. I used to try to cram in a whole bunch of stuff that didn't even need to get done that day. Like 9 times out of 10, there were other things I really needed to do that day. But because I had a list of 20 things as opposed to a list of 5 things, I got nothing done. Or I did a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't really urgent. So now, almost every night, I'm not gonna say every night because I'm not that consistent with it yet, I think about what's urgent and what needs to get done the next day. For the most part, I usually have my big 3 every day. 3 things that have to get done. Now, my issue is I get sidetracked very easily. So sometimes I'll just sit on my phone and scroll, and I'll find myself scrolling for an hour at a time. Then I'll catch myself and be like, girl, put the phone down. You gotta get your stuff done. So I allow myself a few minutes to scroll in between tasks, or I'll like schedule some downtime in my day just for stuff like that. And I have timestamps for everything, especially if I have a whole lot of things that I really need to do. So every night I sit down, I think about everything that needs to get done the next day, and I think like realistically how long will each thing take me, and I plan accordingly. It has helped so much to keep me on track, to keep me focused, and to really not be mad at myself at the end of the week because I had all these goals and ideas that I never executed. Number 4, give yourself no phone moments. This has been a big one for me lately. I've literally had to tell myself so many times in the past week, put your phone down. Just put the phone down, give your mind a break. You don't have to be on the phone 24/7. And I think in my case, I like to use being an influencer, a content creator as an excuse to be on my phone 24/7, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Not only does it prevent you from being present and living in the moment, but it takes so much energy. And I noticed that it keeps my brain like this. Like I feel like my brain is always on go. I'm very easily overstimulated, and I notice that when I'm on my phone for long periods of time throughout the day, I feel very, very overstimulated by the end of the day when I put the phone down. It's like I'm putting the phone down so that my brain can rest, but at that point, my brain just cannot rest. And then I've been giving myself no phone moments just to really be more present with my family, my friends. One of the hardest things about being a mom, in my opinion, is not really having moments to complete your thoughts. And I know all the moms get me when I say that. As a mom, it's like you start a thought, and before you can even complete the thought, your child is asking for something, touching you, just doing something that distracts you from that thought or that task. So I find myself very often telling my son, like, hold on 1 second so that I can finish whatever I'm doing on my phone or whatever I'm doing, period. But because I do a lot of social media stuff, a lot of the time I'm on my phone. And I don't want to be like that. Like, I want to be able to put my phone down and tend to whatever he's asking me to do. Even if I do have to say like 1 second, I don't want to not be present when he's talking to me, or when he's asking me for something, or when he just wants to spend time with me. Sometimes he'll say like, "Mommy, can you come lay down with me? Mommy, can you come watch TV with me?" And when I spend my time with him, I don't want to be touching my phone. It's easy, especially when you have a toddler, to feel like, well, as long as I'm laying here with them while they're watching TV, I can be on my phone. We're not talking, we're not really interacting. We're just, just cuddling. I can scroll a little bit, I can get on Instagram, I can get on TikTok. But no, that's not being present in the moment. As humans, we think we can multitask so well, and we really can't. I've been being intentional about putting my phone down after a certain time at night. And I think as a mom, like, everything just feels so urgent in the moment, especially at night, because no one's interrupting you. It's like you have all this time to yourself, finally. So you try to get in a whole bunch of stuff. I try to do a whole bunch of stuff on my phone that I didn't get to get done throughout the day at nighttime. And if it's not 100% urgent, it can wait until the next day. I just tell myself, like, you don't have to do this right now. Put the phone down. Give your brain a chance to rest before you actually go to sleep. And it has been working wonders for me. Number 5, practice good posture. My posture has been terrible since I was a kid. My mom used to always tell me, sit up straight. My sister used to say the same thing to me all the time. It's just so much more comfortable to slouch over, which is crazy because it's not good for your back at all. And it actually, in turn, causes back pain. But I think it just requires a little bit more effort than we really want to put in. It takes a little more effort to sit up and poke your chest out a little bit and keep your shoulders back. But it's something that I have really been trying to be consistent with. Not only does it look better, but it feels better. You don't have to deal with like back pain and stuff that comes with slouching, and you can actually breathe better when you sit up straight. For me, it's mainly just for like aesthetic purposes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to be the girl who's walking around like this all the time. It looks so much better when I'm sitting like this. It looks so much better when I'm walking upright like this. It's also a habit of very confident people. The most confident women I know walk with good posture. They sit with good posture. This next one is not necessarily something that you would do every day, but it's still a very good habit to have. And I consider this a micro habit because it's something that you wouldn't really expect to make a difference in your life, but it actually does. And that's not waiting until the last minute to do everything. I wait to the last minute to do everything. It can be something as simple as buying someone a birthday gift, paying bills, editing a video, planning videos, like all that stuff. I wait until crunch time to do everything, and I am tired of myself. In one of my recent videos, I talked about how being prepared has really been a big thing for me. I talked about how I recently got this little like emergency bag for my car where I keep hand sanitizer, wet wipes, whatever they're called, lotion, pads and tampons, an extra pair of underwear, like just little stuff like that that you probably would randomly need at any given moment. Just because I didn't want to be that person who had to always ask someone for something whenever I needed something in an emergency or at the last minute. I want to always have stuff handy, and that kind of spilled over into like household products too. I was never the girl who bought like paper towels in bulk or toilet paper in bulk. I honestly would go to the store and buy one roll of toilet paper when I would run out. I wouldn't buy cough medicine until I was sick. I wouldn't buy like Tylenol or Aleve until I had a headache. And I got tired of doing things in crunch time. You don't have to wait until you actually need something to get it. You don't have to wait until the deadline for something to actually do it. Now, I love being the girl who just has stuff handy. The paper towel roll has nothing on it. I got more in the closet. I buy pads and tampons whenever I notice that I'm running low, even if my cycle is nowhere near. I pay my bills when I have the money instead of waiting until the day that they're due, which is very important as an entrepreneur. Today's July 29th. Let's say I'm going to a birthday party on August 4th. And let's say I plan on getting that person a gift card for their birthday. I can be in Target today and will look at the gift cards and just keep on walking, because I'll say to myself, oh, I got like 3 or 4 more days. I'll get it another day. I don't know why I do that, but I'm trying to get better, and I have been practicing that more often. Like if I see something that I know I have to get later on, I'll get it then. If I have the money, I have to get my son uniform. School starts next month. I refuse to wait until the week before school to buy uniforms. If you don't have the money, it's a different story. But if you have it, why not take care of the things you need to take care of while you have it? Number 7, I know y'all already saw this one coming, but put effort into your look every day. If you're not new here, you know this is something that I have been practicing for the last few months. I want to say I started this in like January. But one of my goals for 2024 was to really look polished and put together on a regular basis. I got tired of just getting cute and worrying about how I looked when I was actually going somewhere, like for a special occasion or something. Taking a little extra time to really make sure I look polished on a daily basis has done so much for my confidence. I be walking around like I just know I'm that girl. Even when I'm at work, like a big thing for me has been trying to look a little cute at work, look a little put together. My nail tech actually inspired me to do that. I noticed that whenever I went to go get my nails done or whenever she was coming to me to get her lashes done, she always looked so cute. Like I never thought to ask her, what are you going today? What you got going on today? Because she literally always looked like that. And she didn't have like a beat face every day. She wasn't wearing like heels or anything. She just always looked put together. And it just inspired me to really put a little more effort into my look. Whenever I thought about being comfortable and casual, which is really how I like to feel and look on a regular day, I always thought, okay, sweatpants or leggings. Sometimes I would throw on sweatpants with a hoodie that didn't even match. I would throw on like a t-shirt that didn't even really look like anything with some sweatpants. Like I just wasn't putting any type of effort into it. Now, if y'all see my vlogs, y'all know I'll put a little brow sculpt on my eyebrows because I don't really wear makeup unless I'm filming, to be honest. I put on some liquid blush on a regular day. I always make sure my hair looks nice, even if I just have like a slick back bun. Like, I just don't want to be caught slipping. And it's not even really about people not catching me slipping because it's not about other people. It's really just about me and how I feel about myself. I want to feel like I put my best foot forward every day. I want to feel like I look good every day. Like I said, you don't have to have a beat face. You don't have to have a full face of makeup, a dress with heels. Like it doesn't have to look like that. It's going to look different on a day-to-day basis. But I'm just so proud that now I'm at a point where when I actually do look like something, people don't have to ask me where I'm going that day or if I have plans that day because they know that that's just me. It's my character. It's a personality trait at this point. My little sister actually texted me yesterday. I have a 14-year-old sister. She has a YouTube channel, by the way. I'll put it on the screen. Make sure if y'all have like little sisters, little cousins, you tell them to subscribe to my girl. But she texted me last night and I want to read y'all the text because like it just made me feel so good. Trent, I was watching your video and first, I love your videos. I be watching you like how I watch other YouTubers and I wanted to say I love how you always look put together. Like even if it's a simple outfit, you just make it look so tea. It just gives that girl. Y'all, I was cracking up, first of all. I screenshot it and I sent it to my other sister and I was like, why does her saying that make me really feel like I'm that girl? Like, you know you're that girl when your 14-year-old sister is proud that you're her sister and she's not like embarrassed by you or thinking that you're cringe. But yeah, it's just so nice that people have recognized that I have been really putting that effort in. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because I have this series called Comfy and Casual But No Sweats where I challenge myself to basically be comfy and casual without just throwing on sweatpants. Number 8, drink more water. I don't know why I struggle so bad with drinking water. Like I drink it, but I definitely don't drink as much as I'm supposed to. Like I be so dehydrated sometimes and I know when I'm dehydrated because I'll crave water. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need some water. I don't even want juice or anything else. We're not 5 years old. We all know the benefits of staying hydrated and drinking water. So just do it. You gotta know yourself though. Like you gotta know yourself so that you can make it easier for yourself to do it. I know that I only like ice cold water. So I have a Stanley Cup. I know a while ago I said I would never get a Stanley Cup. I didn't have any interest in buying one myself. But my friend bought me one for my birthday and I love it because it keeps my water cold all day. I'm able to put ice in there. I don't have to keep refilling the ice. So I'm able to like put my ice in there in the morning, fill it up with water, and then just keep refilling the water throughout the day when I'm at work. And y'all know this was my thing before I got the Stanley Cup, like when I was just using my simple modern cup from Target. Whatever cup I'm using for my water, it has to fit in my cup holder in the car. If it doesn't, I'm just not going to carry it. Like it has to be convenient. If it's rolling all around my car, I don't want nothing to do do with it. We don't have to drag that one out because, like I said, y'all already know the benefits of drinking water. That's just something that I have been personally trying to be more consistent and intentional with. Number 9, journal daily. Now, this can look different every day. Sometimes I sit down and I just do some gratitude journaling where I literally just write out a bunch of things I'm grateful for. Sometimes I'll write out things that went well that day. Sometimes I'll write about things I could do differently the next day or the next week, the next month, like just reflecting on something. Sometimes I'll just take a few seconds and write out my goals, whether it's for that week, that month, that year. At one point in my manifestation journal, I was writing out 5 goals every single day, and it was the same 5 goals. The only time I would change them is if I accomplished one of them. It can look different every day. You don't have to sit down and write for 20 minutes every single day. You don't have to do that, but really give yourself time to decompress, reflect, set goals and intentions, show gratitude. It will change your life in more ways than you think. I love gratitude journaling, especially because it helps me to really remember that I have things to be grateful for, whether I had a bad day or a good day. And it helps you to be more appreciative of the things that you had. It helps you to romanticize your life. I think my second favorite would be just doing anything goals related, just because it helps me to remember what I'm working toward. And it helps me to get excited about my goals again. Because sometimes, you know, you go throughout your day, your week, your month, your year, and you don't have that same fire that you had when you first set the goals. But constantly reminding myself of where I'm trying to go really motivates me to get up the next day and get things done. And last but not least, this one does not need a long drawn out explanation, but it's something that I wanted to add in because this is a way that I really prioritize myself. Stick to a skincare routine every day. I'm not even gonna say stick to it, but have a skincare routine that you actually do every single day. And the reason why I don't wanna say stick to is because it can look different every day. There are some days where I don't feel like exfoliating. There are some days where I don't feel like doing a mask. There are some days where I don't feel like dermaplaning. Like, I do what feels right for me in the moment. I do what my skin needs, and I do what I feel like doing, whatever I have time for. If it's a night where I'm taking off my makeup and I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of steps because I'm tired, like dead tired, I just don't want to go to sleep with makeup on, I try to do the minimum. Every morning I make sure I moisturize and use SPF. Now, left out cleansing, because if I do like a full skincare routine the night before, I won't use an actual cleanser the next morning. Of course, I'll like wipe my face and maybe like splash water on my face, but I won't use my actual cleanser in the morning all the time. SPF is so important, especially if you have any type of like hyperpigmentation on your face. You need to be using sunscreen. Even if you're not going outside and you just like work from home, but you're sitting in front of a window, still use sunscreen. But yeah, definitely if you're a mom, please get you a skincare routine. You'll be so much like happier just knowing that you have some me time. Do something for yourself. Do something that makes you feel good. Do something that helps to boost your confidence. And skincare is a very easy and simple way to do that. If you're interested in using any skincare products that I use, I will link them down below in the description box. Follow me on Instagram because I post a lot of like links on my story all the time, whether it's clothes, accessories, body care products, skincare products. I post a whole lot of everything. So follow me on there. Check out my LTK, check out my Amazon storefront. Everything is linked in the description. My hairstylist is linked in the description because I know someone's gonna ask. Hopefully y'all made it to the end before you ask me. And that's about it for this video. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. I'm just hoping I don't be his